Counting down the best James Bond pre-title sequences, we're nearing the top now. But at number 2, we have the masterful Octopussy.
Not necessarily just a mini movie, but the finale of a previous mission. Everything, a whole plan, a whole scheme coming together to, extract something and destroy the baddies, basically. I think this is such a good mini mission that we get to see that has everything compressed into it. What do you think the location is, by the way? Do we know? Spanish-speaking country near Miami.
I think it's Cuba.
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, but also, why is there like a horse event on a military?
I know,
base?
yeah,
That was the other thing.
yeah.
It's like,
it's tricky. It might be like Argentina or I have no idea.
Yeah,
might be like Kent, sorry, or no.
We're getting into that era now, like we've kind of thought about with other pre-title sequences, where you're playing to Roger Moore's strengths. Everything's there. All the boxes of a Roger Moore, what became kind of known as Roger Moore Bond, are there in terms of how eased into the role he is, how much he owns it. Just like putting a moustache on him, that's Roger Moore's Bond with the moustache. Like that's just what you get with him. It's brilliant. But it's got all these very quick, clever contraptions, like changes of disguise in terms of suits that reverse. Even quite underrated is the yellow turtleneck that must last only seconds. It's just But I mean, for him to get into a general suit is so exciting.
Yeah.
Because we like to dress up as army people when we were younger. Then him to be infiltrating an army base is pretty scary. That's quite a scary thing, and he's not just going in as a average Joe, a soldier. He's going in as the actual head of the operation. And all this Toro stuff he says with such deadpan straight face, which is great.
You didn't tell me there was going to be this much security.
They've moved the flight up to this afternoon.
Well, we'll have to go ahead as planned anyway. Toro sounds like a load of bull.
Unbelievable music from John Barry. Now we're hitting now the John Barry and Roger Moore partnership.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just becomes so strong. Yeah, planting a bomb. It's so easy to understand. Everything is so clear to understand.
Yeah.
You know exactly. You don't know what the baddies are planning really or what they're up to, but you understand how Bond is trying to stop them. You understand who the baddies are and how he's going to get out of there. Even in those tense moments, you've got the humor of two Toros kind of confronting each other, but amazingly, it's funny and tense at the exact same time, which is fantastic.
Well, it's a small world. You're a Toro too.
Then that's the Roger Moore thing. He's got that. He can do that. And then everything that leads to him being, taken away in sort of imprisoned, taken away in cuffs. But how he overturns that situation is just remarkable in terms of, the humor and the, all the stuff like glancing at her, trying to get them to look. Right then to when the general's looking at her as the car, once he's got himself into the other car, the other general with a beard is admiring her, and then as the car rolls forward, Bond's there in the machine. It's so funny. If all this isn't enough, everything that happens then with the Acrostar, Bond just being cut off and left in a horse box in the middle of a road. It's all so funny. Everything I'm saying now is funny, but it's brilliant to watch, and it's serious adventure. And then the Acrostar is just remarkable. It's what you want to see as a kid. Not just a jet, but a jet that you've never kind of seen before. That's a gadget, really.
Yeah.
And it's involved in not a chase by guards, but a chase by a missile. And I remember as a kid, I think this might have been my first encounter, with a heat-seeking missile. It's following.
Yeah.
That missile, he can't shake it. What he's trying to do is shake a missile, which is really as a kid, you're thinking, how on earth can you do that? It's like it's programmed to get him. How on earth? Because guards, you can kind of shoot them down, you can do stuff, but how on earth is Bond going to get out of this? How does anyone escape a heat-seeking missile? And then the way he does it is brilliant, and it's a point that Matt's made where him getting rid of that, shaking off, leads to the actual destruction of the place, which is
I love it.
It's win-win-win kind
I
of.
love it so much. When they wrote that, or when they came up with that, they must have been absolutely, celebrating. Oh, it's just so good.
Firing in.
Absolutely.
No idea.
Tony Yeboah as Rob.
This is movie mad film. Films are so good.
But like, it's all an adventurous chase with this missile and stuff. But when he's suddenly careering down into the hangar, and you get that sound effect that John Glenn talked about, where it's like isn't like a Hercules, warplane from an old film there,
So good.
and it's like whoa, 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 and then you see the shocked faces of Toro and all the guards, and the panic, like get that, What an absolutely massive explosion you get as well. Absolutely massive explosion.
Yeah.
And then fill her up, please. It's just
That final shot of that general's face, like,
yeah, it's brilliant, and it has nothing to do with anything that comes after it. It's just you've enjoyed that. We're treated to this, and we've got lots of memorable Bond in this pre-title sequence. Lots of memorable moments.
Roger Moore, John Barry, and John Glenn. It's just absolute perfection. It really is. It's so good. You can almost weep.
It's got a villain just for the pre-title sequence. It's got a Bond girl just for the pre-title sequence.
Yeah.
It's got the non-negotiable.
A vehicle. Said that.
It's got a vehicle.
is that at the petrol station?
Beautiful.
That is at the petrol station. Yeah. That song could only break it up because it has the gag about fill her up, please.
Yeah.
Can you imagine though if like there was an explosion and then it goes
Yeah.
Fill her up, please.
Yeah.
It's like, so even that is just perfectly paced, perfectly thought out. We've gone up, we've had the explosion. We can't finish on an explosion. We've got to bring this down to get, and it's just perfectly done. And it brings that contrast, because Octopussy is a film of contrast. It's got serious 1 minute, and then it's got ridiculousness the next minute. You've got that here. You've got a heat-seeking missile blowing up an airbase, and then Roger refueling the petrol.
Having done a bit of a manoeuvre to applause,
Well, when I was watching that,
So John Glenn.
I was thinking, this is, he's putting on a bit of a show, but he's not actually. It's just the way that it's shown. He's just peeling away and maybe doing a bit of a twist. And John Glenn has shown an audience watching as if it's a show. Yeah. John Glenn has put, it's not actually Bond playing to an audience. I don't necessarily think. And John Barry, John Barry puts the music with it. Yeah, it's like John Glenn he's done that for the audience. It's not something that's necessarily happening, but it's like the flourish at the end. It's not just fun; it is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's not just fun; it is brilliant. It's excellent.
Yeah,
it is a perfect opening. It has, like I say, it has all the elements, and it is incredibly well constructed. It's so enjoyable. And it is, it's such a highlight of the series. If only most of the films made today were as entertaining and as well made as this pre-title sequence. We would be a happy man, because it is the action, the music, everything is just 10 out of 10. Absolutely love it.
It's Roger Moore's greatest hits as well.
Yeah.
If you want to say what's Roger Moore like as Bond, just chuck this on. Like that bit when he's got the gun and he's smiling at his guards. That's Roger Moore. That is, if you don't like that, I don't like you, I'm afraid.
It's the definition. I think it's the definition of a crowd pleasing. See, because it has those moments like when he does come into shot you want to cheer because it's
Yeah.
You see his face, he's like he's got them, and it's brilliant. It's yeah.